Hi you guys, it's your girl Ray Love and I'm a new mommy now. So welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite baby mama. That's what all the YouTubers say. Your favorite baby mama. I know I'm looking a little bit rough right now, but I'm taking care of my son, so I have an excuse. But today I am going to be telling you guys about my labor and delivery story. So if you're interested, then stay tuned. And you might hear my son crying. He's probably getting his diaper changed. He hates it, but he loves it afterwards when he feels that he's clean and he's with his dad. But yeah, stay tuned. Okay, so I'm just gonna start from when everything's getting ready and we're getting ready to go to the hospital. It was February 27th. I was due to go into the hospital at 8 p.m. to check in to start my induction, but the doctors called me around 6 p.m. when it was already so close to us being able to go to the hospital and told me, we got to push your time back. So they pushed it back to 12 midnight, which was pretty much February 28th. So when it got close, I think we took like an hour nap. Who was up getting everything ready, getting his bed and everything set up, and yeah, so we only got a little bit of sleep, but it's okay because when we got to the hospital, we got more sleep. So it's time. It's about that time, and we make our way down to the hospital, and we go to the birthplace. That's what it was called, where you deliver babies. And we get all checked in. We're waiting to be called back to our room. So they take us to our room, and as you can see in my labor and delivery video, which I do apologize, they wouldn't let me record during the delivery, so I can only show pictures. But if you guys go back to that video, you see when we're walking and we're getting ready to go into the room that they gave us. So yeah, we go in there and they have me change my clothes into the little hospital clothes, and they start hooking me up to the machines, one that monitors the baby heart that goes around my belly, and then the other stuff that like the IV and things of that nature, the little thing that they check your, I think, your blood pressure or your heartbeat or something, the thing that goes around your arm and they squeeze you really tight. Yeah, so they hooked me up to all those things, and in the beginning, everything is going all slow. We're just pretty much chilling. Nurses are coming in and out, speaking to me, giving me little bits of information. I'm chilling with my boyfriend and his mom, who I actually call my mom as well, of course. And yeah, so we're just chilling. We're talking. We're getting ready. I'm a little bit nervous because it's my first time having a baby. Like, I never had a baby before, and the beginning it went pretty smooth. Comes to find out, I was having contractions and they were pretty big contractions, but I just wasn't feeling them at the moment for some reason. The nurse even asked, "Are you feeling anything right now?" And I'm just like, "No." Like, I'm confused as to why she said that. She's like, "Cause you're having contractions, they're pretty big ones, so for you not to feel them is kind of crazy." And I was like, "Oh wow." I'm thinking like, "Oh, I'm about to be a lucky one that doesn't feel the contractions the whole time." Girl, little did I know. But yeah, everything is moving pretty slow in the beginning. Nurses coming in and out, like I said before. We ended up taking a nap, waking up, and the doctors decided they were gonna hook me onto Pitocin. And so they did that, and now I'm starting to feel contractions a little bit, but it was nothing that I couldn't handle. Like, the pain wasn't that bad. So, but mind you, when I got to the hospital, I was only 1 centimeter dilated. And I believe it was 4 hours after that, and I was still 1 centimeter. So they hooked me up to Pitocin, and sorry, my nose are ugly, but yeah, they hooked me up to Pitocin, and I'm starting to feel the contractions, and the contractions are building up, but still at this point, it's still like to where I can manage them. So we're just waiting and waiting and waiting. And now, like, the contractions are really like kicking in. Like, I can really start to feel them. I'm getting tears in my eyes at this point, and it's coming to the point where I decided already that I wanted the epidural. And the nurse told me when I get about 4 centimeters dilated, if I still want the epidural, I can get it. And at that point, like I said, I already decided that I wanted it because I knew that the pain was just going to get worse from there, because that was only the beginning and it was already bringing tears to my eyes. So I decided I was getting the epidural. And so time is going on. At this point, I'm feeling these contractions really bad. And so I'm crying at this point. Like, I feel like I'm about to die. I couldn't take it. And, you know, we're telling the nurse, you know, what is it that I can do? Like, can I get this epidural? They suggested this different medication that they could give me at the moment. I don't remember what it's called, but basically it relaxes your body. You don't feel the pain for a few hours, and it makes you sleepy, so you're able to go to sleep. They told me if you do get this medication, just keep in mind that the baby will get sleepy as well, so it might slow down the process. So, but at that point, I was like, you know what, I can't take it right now. I need a break because, oh, I forgot to mention, when I was getting my contractions, the Pitocin was really kicking everything up to where it was like back to back to back to back. So, they were like, you know what, we got to give you a break because your contractions are nonstop. Like, you're not having any break between them. And we got to give your uterus a break because this is not good for it to go back to back like that. And so they kind of slowed down the Pitocin a little bit, but still at this point I was still feeling the contractions. They just slowed down. I had a break in between them this time. But yeah, so they ended up giving me that medication through the IV. She told me it's gonna make you sleepy, don't fight it, just go to sleep. And so that's exactly what I did. As soon as she gave me the medication, a few minutes later, they checked my cervix, and I believe at that time I was 2 centimeters dilated, and my body was relaxed. I went to sleep, and that was that. And so, you know, after that, when I started to wake up, that's when I started to feel those contractions again. And I'm just waiting. Then my doctor comes in and, you know, we have a conversation. She's ready to deliver the baby. She's asking me how I'm feeling, this and that. You know, we're just having a conversation. And she told me about 3.5 centimeters dilated, I can get an epidural. So at this point, I'm excited because I'm like, okay, a few hours ago when they checked me, I was already at 2 centimeters. So what are we saying? Like, can I get this epidural? Like, come check me so I can get this epidural. And so my OB leaves and they're getting ready to check me. And they do, and come to find out, I was at about a 3.5. So I'm like, well, can I get this epidural? Because the doctor says once I get here, I can get the epidural. She's like, oh no, we have to wait until 4 centimeters at least. You have to be 4 centimeters. So I'm like, oh my God, like I gotta feel this pain. Mind you, I wasn't dilating fast. It was hours between time before I dilated just a little bit. So everything was moving slow, but the pain was coming on like strong. So it was to the point where I was just like, oh my God, like I just want to get this over with. And so time goes on, I'm crying, I'm trying to eat ice to distract myself, but it's not working. And you know, a few hours go by, everyone's just chilling. His mom and him are talking to me, he's consoling me, comforting me, being the good boyfriend that he is. And comes time where I think I asked him for that medication the second time because at this point, like, I'm just crying nonstop because it hurts so bad. And so they were like, are you sure you want to do this? Because again, it can slow down the process because the baby's going to get sleepy as well. I'm like, give me the medication. And so they give me the medication again. And they check me right after they give me the medication. And at that point, I was in so much pain that I couldn't take it anymore. They checked me right after, and I was 4 centimeters dilated. I think I'm saying this wrong. They gave me the medication before I was 4 centimeters dilated. Yeah, they gave me, okay, this was before I was 4 centimeters dilated. They gave me the medication again, and they checked me right after. Yeah, that's what happened. They gave me the medication, they checked me right after I was 4 centimeters, or I was almost 4 centimeters dilated. And at that point when they checked me, because when they check your cervix to see how much you dilated, it hurts a lot. And so I was already crying, that just added more to the pain. And they said, you're 4 centimeters dilated. So I'm like, okay, so when can I get this epidural? You guys told me I had to wait till I was 4 centimeters. She's like, oh no, we're just gonna wait some more. You're barely 4 centimeters. We're just gonna wait. So I'm just like, bruh, you guys see me hysterically crying. You guys are making me wait. Like, so I had to wait long time after that. And then they decided they wanted to up my Pitocin now. So when they did that, it was just even worse. They upped my Pitocin, and this was after like hours after they gave me that medication. They upped my Pitocin to speed up the process a little bit more, and then the contractions started hitting back to back to back to back again with no breaks in between. So it was just, I was doing an ugly cry, y'all. It was horrible, horrible. And so literally they upped my Pitocin, and I want to say about, remember I was 4 centimeters dilated. I want to say in about 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, they came and they checked me again, and they said, well, I asked them, can I get the epidural? So they checked me again. They said, okay, I'm going to check you, see how far along, like, dilated you are. They checked me again in about 15 to 20 minutes after they upped my Pitocin, and I was about 8 centimeters. So within that time, I went from 4 to 8 in about 15 to 20 minutes. So y'all can imagine the pain that I was feeling and the crying that I was doing. It was a lot. It was too much for me. But they were like, oh, well, it's almost time for you to push. You're at 8 centimeters dilated. And so they, I was getting ready to get the epidural. They told me they were going to give it to me. Took forever for them to come in there and actually give me that epidural. But it finally came in. Everybody had to leave. You know, you have to slouch over with your back, you know, and just so they can give you the shot into your spine, I believe they give it. And so he gave me the shot. Didn't even feel it. I was going through so much pain. That was like nothing at all. And immediately my body just started to relax. I can feel the pressure of the contractions. I couldn't feel the pain. I was so thankful and so happy. It was a blessing. Thank God for epidurals. I was trying to see if I can go without one. Couldn't do it. So maybe my next one I'll try again. I'm not making no promises though. But yeah, and so not that long after, it was already time for me to push. And so my doctor come in, she's like, you ready to have a baby? And I was more than ready to have this baby. And so, you know, it was that time. Everybody got ready, grabbed my legs, and I was pushing. I want to say I pushed for about, because I didn't push that long, so maybe 25 to 30 minutes I was pushing, and he came out. And if you watch my labor and delivery video, which they wouldn't let me record, so I can only get pictures, you guys would see the pictures of when he came out. His name is Pharaoh. Pharaoh Sky is his middle name. And he was just so handsome. They put him on my chest, and my baby is so cute, you guys. He was cute from the day he was born. Like, a lot of people can't say that, but I'm gonna brag about my son because he was so cute. And we got a lot of pictures. You guys can see it in that other video if you like. I got a lot more pictures because now in about 2 more days, no, tomorrow actually, tomorrow he will be 2 months old. You guys, the time flew by, and I'm gonna make more videos about, you know, having him leading up to his 2 months so far. So a lot has changed, a lot has went on, and I have a lot to tell you guys about it. But yeah, so that's when, okay, I had the baby. My boyfriend's older brother came. He brought flowers and a bottle of sparkling cider. And he was, you know, seeing the baby and stuff, taking pictures. Everybody was really happy. And then my aunt and uncle came with my little cousin, and they were happy to see the baby and stuff. And so we were there, and then, you know, everybody's enjoying the time with the baby, looking at him. And then a little bit after, they switched me to my new room, which is where you know, we take care of the baby and stuff. We're supposed to stay in there for at least 24 hours. They didn't make me stay 3 days. I only had to stay for 24 hours, and that was that. And we had our son, and that the rest is history. So that's just my labor and delivery story. I'll tell more stories about after we got home and things of that nature. So again, I'm sorry I couldn't really record everything because they wouldn't let me. I can only take pictures, but you know, it's okay. I have the stories to tell. So that is it for my labor and delivery story. I'm coming up with a lot more videos soon, so if you guys are interested, make sure you subscribe. I'm gonna show you guys how my son looks now, if he's not crying too much, because I hear him crying in there. It kind of stopped, but yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, like and comment on things you want to see next. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.